Good evening everyone. Welcome back to the session. I hope so my screen is visible to all. Am I clearly audible to all? Is my screen visible? Please can anyone confirm me, like, am I audible to all? Okay, fine. Okay guys, so let's start then. So first of all, quiz 2, whoever not attended, please attend the quiz 2. Okay, and second thing is, in day 10, okay, I uploaded again the zip file. Okay, now you can download it very well, right? So there is no like virus and all, nothing is there in this. Okay, so instead of rar file I uploaded the zip file, okay, so that you guys can download it better. Okay, so now before starting the code, just give me a minute. Yeah, sure. I am going to reply to all. Okay, so don't worry till tomorrow. Whoever posted the questions in discussion forum, I will resolve that. Actually, in that rar file, already one zip file was there. Okay, already one more rar file was there inside that. So that's why if in your laptop you have antivirus protections and all, right, so in that it is because any zip folder, any .exe file, if any of things are present, so they find it as a suspicious. So that's why I removed that, and then zip file I have done, and you can upload it. Okay, so no worries. Okay, so before starting, let's first of all see this. In day 11, okay, so I uploaded one of the flow chart. Okay, this is one of the example, right? That is the flow of get restaurant. Okay, so here you can see that. Now first of all you see this flow. Okay, so in this flow you will understand it better, like how Axios, or like how what coding, like slice we created in last session, we created the action file, right? So how it is getting connected. Okay, so that flow I have given here. Okay, so this image afterwards you can go through it. Okay, now let's understand what happens behind the scene when user clicks. For example, user clicks get restaurant button, for example. Okay, so many us we can think that clicking the button directly gets the data from the database, right? You maybe some of people will think if you will click any of the button directly you are getting the data from the database, right? But actually there are multiple steps involved. Okay, there are multiple steps involved. What are they? So in this flow you will see how the component, Redux action, slice, store and router work together to fetch the restaurant data and display it on the screen. Okay, now in step 1, First is the component. Okay, so this is what the user interaction, right? So first step, everything starts from the UI. Okay, now imagine you open the Zomato or Swiggy and you click a button to see the restaurants. Okay, similarly our restaurants component contains the button called get restaurant. For example, okay, in our project so it is coming automatically. And why it is coming automatically? Because of the use effect we are going to use in our component. Okay, that you will see after this. Okay, so similarly our restaurant is like that. Okay, so user only knows one thing, what it is. User click the button and I want the restaurant data, right? Now component itself does not know how to fetch the data from the database. Its job is only to capture the user's action. So, so sorry. So when the user clicks the button, the component says like, I need the restaurant data. Let me inform to the Redux. Understood? Now this is the starting point of our entire flow. Okay, you just think of yourself in a restaurant. You don't go directly to the kitchen. Okay, you tell the waiter what you want. Here the user is the customer and the component is the waiter. Okay, now step 2, that is the dispatch. Now after receiving the user's request, the component dispatches the action. Okay, now dispatch simply means send a request to Redux. Now this dispatch word, have you seen in any of your website or any email in Myntra, Amazon? Have you seen your order is dispatched? Something like this. Have you seen this dispatch word in any of the time? Yes. Yes, right? What is that dispatch means? Dispatch means your item is ready. Your item is ready and it is ready to send that item to you. Same way dispatch here also it is same. Send a request. Now here what it is? Send a request to the Redux. Something you said and now that request is sent to the Redux. Okay. Now here component calls the dispatch function and in that whatever action you want, like for example here we are taking get restaurant example. Okay, now this action acts like a message. So the component is saying Redux please get all restaurants for me. Okay, please get all restaurants for me. So you will notice something here important, that is the component is not making the API call. Listen carefully, component is not making the API call. The component is only sending the request. See, code everyone can write now. If directly I will teach you the code, you will get to know this is the code. But what is happening actually, if you know that, so in future you can write the code by your own also after understanding it. So understand it properly. In MCQ on Friday quiz 3 will be live. Okay, you have to attend that and it will be based on the React whatever you have learned. Okay, so listen carefully. Here the component is not making the API call. The component is only sending the request. This separation makes our code clean and maintainable. Okay, it's just like imagine you gave an order to the waiter. Okay, now the waiter doesn't cook the food. Okay, waiter simply passes the order to the kitchen. Similarly, dispatch passes the request to the Redux. Okay, now come to the step 3. This is the brain of the process. The action reaches the restaurant slice and inside the slice we use Redux toolkits like create a sync thunk like this, and the slice receives the request and says okay, let me contact to the backend server. Okay, let me contact to the backend server. Now the API call is made. The backend receives the request, backend talks to the database, database sends the request data back, and the slice receives the response. Okay, at this stage data has successfully come from the server. So the component never talks directly to the database. Component goes to the action, from action slice go to the backend, and backend go to the database which is connected like MongoDB. Okay, now this is just like continuing our restaurant example. If we will see, the waiter gives your order to the kitchen. Okay, now kitchen prepares the food, right? Kitchen is similar to the slice because it performs the actual work. Understood? Now let's go to the step 4. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Now step 4. What do you mean by step 4 here? Store. Redux store. Once data is received, Redux chase or Redux store is updated. Store is just a central storage location. Okay, you just think of it like a big warehouse where application data is stored. Okay, so the restaurant list gets the saved inside the store. Okay, it is just something like I can say restaurants.list, restaurant.status, whatever nickname you are going to give, right? In last session you have seen in store we have given the nickname, right? So that now any component in the application can access this data. No need to make the API call again and again. Okay, so it is just like you imagine the warehouse, okay, where all products are stored. Whenever shop needs a product, it takes it from the warehouse. Okay, now Redux store works the same way. Understood everyone? Now step 5. Now this is the router navigation. Okay, now that the restaurant data is available, the application can navigate the user to another page. Okay, like React router handles this navigation. Okay, so we will see in app.jsx we are going to write this code. Okay, so the user is taken to the restaurant page. That page reads the data from Redux store and display all the restaurant. Okay, and the user now sees the final result on the screen. So this whole process you are not seeing, you are just seeing, oh, data came, wow, very good, but back of the thing this is happening. Okay, so after your food is ready, waiter brings it to your table. You don't see the kitchen, you don't see the chef, what they are cooking, you don't see what they are doing. You just ordered and you got the food, right? Similarly, React router takes the user to the page where the data can be viewed. Now if suppose you have seen in any of the website, here also if you will see how the URLs are getting changed. Have you seen in URL www.amazon.com/products/payment something? Have you seen the URL changing? And whatever URL you are giving, that URL content is only coming. That is what the path you are giving. So it depends on the router. That is what the navigation. It takes you to that page. The code we write like this. If anyone is going to that URL, suppose anyone is going to the contact us URL, in URL / whatever is your website name / contact us. So it will go to the contact us page only. It will not go to the payment page. It will not go to the home page. Right? So this is what. So what is this? We are just giving the meaningful website. If you go to that URL, you will get the details about that URL only. Okay? So this is how it happens. Okay, this is how the workflow. So basically, user clicks the get restaurant. This get restaurant is just one of the example. Okay, by this I tried to teach you about this. That's it. Okay, now user clicks the get restaurants, component dispatches that function, whatever action you have created. Slice receives the action, Slice makes the API call to the backend, backend fetches the data from the database, store gets updated with the restaurant data, and React router navigates to the restaurant's page. Okay, and user sees the restaurant list. Understood? So this is whole journey of this user to component, component to dispatch, slice, API, database, store, router and UI. Okay, one bonus point, if in interview, if someone asks you what happens when you call dispatch function, this function we are going to write now in our code. Okay, so what happens when you write this function? So what should be your answer? The component dispatches an action, that is the get restaurant. Redux slice receives it, performs the API call, updates the Redux store with the response data, and React router then navigate the user to appropriate page where the updated data is displayed. This is the complete flow using the Redux Toolkit application. Understood everyone? Any type of doubt here? Is this clear to everyone? Now you understand what the flow is? See, it's very simple. If in short, if I will say, we used to create the component. Okay, very good. That is for UI. You used to create, you used to display, right? Then comes here slice, action, store. This all files you are creating. This files you are creating so that you can connect with the backend. Backend you created, front end you created. Now how you will connect to them? From front end, how you will get the data from front end, how you will push the data in that backend what you have created, right? So for that we use the Redux.js toolkit, okay, so that we can write the logic to connect with the backend. But you written the logic using action and slice in last session we saw, very good, super. In store you registered that slice, very good. But now in component, how you will tell to the component like I want this and that? Okay, logic you have written in slice action Redux, okay, using Axios and all you have created. UI you have separate. Now from UI, how you will tell that I want to connect it there? Okay, so component directly don't talk with the backend. Okay, component, inside the component we use this word dispatch. In dispatch, we call the actions, whatever actions we created to talk to the backend, that actions we used to create, and we used to dispatch. We used to send that action using the dispatch function, which is the built-in one, and we call that action name. Suppose here it is get restaurant, so we are calling this get restaurants. Okay, so as soon as user click this get restaurant button, this dispatch, this is going to call inside it, and it will go to the slice and action. Okay, and slice will receive that action, oh get restaurant, that means now let's talk to the backend. Backend will talk to the database, database will send all the restaurants, like code we have written like that only, right? If someone call this function, so what you have to do, all code we have written in backend, front end also, correct? Now action and slice will talk to the backend, okay, with that API slash v1 slash user slash store eats the URL what we have created. Through that API call they will talk, they will take the data from the database, from backend will take, okay, backend will fetch the data from the database. Now it will get stored, okay, so store gets updated with that restaurant data what backend have sent. Okay, that will get stored inside the store. Okay, that is the Redux store. After this, whenever you are going to the any of the URL, suppose it is the slash restaurants, okay, or suppose slash homepage, so based on that you will get all the restaurants. Simple. Okay, so this is what seamlessly happening inside like internally, I can say. Okay, so user clicks the button, that is nothing but the component. Okay, component dispatches one word, it sends the it sends the action. Okay, that is the get restaurant. For example, Slice receives this action, Slice makes all the API calls and all, then they talk to the backend, backend talk to the database, from there backend fetch the data. Okay, and after fetching the data, here in store it is getting updated. As you can see here, let me open this, open with code. So first of all, you will see we have backend and frontend folder inside it. I will open, terminal is open. On right side you can see already some terminals are open. I will delete one of them. Okay, now I will split it into two. Let me close this right part. Okay, so here I split it. So here cd backend npm start. Okay, okay, now your backend is running very smoothly. Server started on port number 8080 and MongoDB connected. On right side I will open the front end. I am inside the front end. I will type npm run dev, click enter. Localhost 5173, and you got the result. Okay, this is the static part, this is not coming from the database. Okay, now open your front end, open your src folder, open your Redux slice, restaurant slice we created, right? So this, as you can see here, we are so here we are writing, okay, whatever, as you can see here, action.payload.restaurant is what, here we are, whatever from database it is coming, whatever database from, whatever data is coming from the database, that we are storing here inside the restaurants. Okay, and in component we are going to write the code in such a way, I am going to write in home.jsx. Okay, because here things I have written. So here we are going to type the code which will talk to the get restaurants, and then we will get the actual data inside the components. This is the whole journey. Okay, so user can see the components, they will click it, they will fetch the data and all, but internally they are not talking directly to the backend. Dispatch is talking, that's it. Okay, so here we are going to use dispatch function. Okay, as you can see from React Redux, we are importing the use dispatch. Using this function, this is the built-in one. Using this function, we are going to dispatch the action, and then action and slice will talk to the backend. Backend will take the database, will take the data from the database, then it will store here. Okay, and then it will display the answer. Understood everyone? Is this clear? This is how we are writing the code. Is this clear to everyone? Are you running backend and frontend? Then it will show, because for me it is showing. Last session on Monday, I hope so you have attended. In that we have already completed the action and slice file. So that's why, and also we imported this all, so that's why static part it is showing. Now we see, yeah, one more thing guys. Here restaurant slice action and store.js we have created. Okay, now it's time to update the component. So you have to open your home.jsx. Now here we are going to update it. Before updating, please uncomment this part. Okay, because we are importing sort by ratings, sort by reviews, toggle wage only from the slices which is present inside the restaurant slice.js file. Okay, so this all things, because in home you can see this is, oh, 1 minute, I will show you again. Yeah, so as you can see in home page, this is my home page. Okay, and in this home page I want to show the pure way, sort by reviews and sort by ratings, and we have to get the restaurants. Okay, these four things we have to do. So what I have done, from slice, as we have written the logic for this sort by ratings, sort by reviews and toggle wage only, right? So that part we have imported here. Okay, second thing, we imported the get restaurant. Okay, so in get restaurant, here again this get restaurant is coming from restaurant action. You can check this get restaurant is responsible for getting all the restaurants, list of restaurants from the database. Okay, sure, I will see the discussion forum, and till tomorrow you will get the reply. Okay, so don't worry. Okay, so this, what you have to do, you have to uncomment this part, and again you can uncomment this count restaurant also, it will count the restaurant. Now inside the home function, from this 17th line, I am going to close this, I am going to delete this, actually all the things which is inside the home. Let me clean out this, because this was all the static part. So before return and inside this I am cleaning. So after cleaning you will see something like this, home and return. In between this we have to write the logic. Okay, so I removed, so now you will see nothing. If you will refresh it, it will be just white, because static part I have removed, as we have to work with the dynamic part. Okay, now for using the use dispatch, already here it is imported, so you don't have to import. But if you don't see this use dispatch here, so you can import it. Okay, now first step inside this home is what we are going to write down, const dispatch equal to use dispatch function. Okay, so this dispatch variable is going to take care of the use dispatch function. Understood everyone? Let me do it like this. Okay, now what is this use dispatch? So use dispatch gives us the dispatch function, which is used to trigger what? Which is used to trigger what? It is used to trigger the Redux actions. Okay, and update the store. Understood everyone? Inside the home, whatever code I have written before the return, that we have removed, that was all static part. Okay, fine, whatever issues you are getting, just post in LMS. Okay, don't worry, I will, till tomorrow you will get the answer from this. Okay, fine. So freshly I am writing the updated code here. So const dispatch, so before return, right, it will look something like this, and try to uncomment this part. Okay, now this use dispatch is what, why I am writing inside the component, because this gives us the dispatch function, which is used to trigger Redux actions and update the store. Okay, next is, as we are using use params here, const keyword, and this keyword is for searching. Okay, for searching, or for, then this use params here we have written. Okay, here we will call. Initially here we imported, and here I have written. Okay, so this use param is also done. This will be used for any of the keyword, like you are searching any of the restaurant, for that. Okay, now what next we have to do, we have to get the restaurant related data from the Redux store. Data from Redux store. Okay, now what code we will write? First of all, const curly braces. Now here we are going to use the use selector. I am going to open now store.js also. Okay, now you see we are going to get the data from the Redux store. What things we are going to get? First of all, loading. Okay, so restaurant Okay, restaurants loading, comma, error. So here error, restaurants error, comma. Now here restaurants and show which only. Okay, and this we are taking from where? From the use. We are going to use the use selector as we are going to talk with the store state arrow function. Now here, as we are working with the restaurant, go to the store.js. What is written here? Restaurants. Copy this and paste it here, so that you can get the connection from this restaurants came from where. Okay, so use selector is used to read the restaurant data and state values from the Redux store. Understood everyone? Okay, so this is what we get the data. Very good. Next is, guys, we are going to use effect. Okay, that above we have imported. Okay, now what is this use effect? In simple words, I will say you, it is used to run some code automatically when the component loads or updates. Okay, for example, the syntax of it is, there is one of the hook, that is the use effect. Okay, and what is the syntax? Use effect, give the bracket, inside this create the arrow function, create the curly braces and close it. Okay, comma, array dependency. Okay, now inside this we are going to type or code here. Understood? So whatever code now here inside this use effect function you will write, that part will automatically get generated. So what we want whenever I open my website, without clicking any button, I want all the restaurants should get extracted from the database, should get fetched from the database. Understood everyone? Automatically, without clicking any of the button, automatically all the restaurant data should come here. Okay, now whenever you want to do like this, whenever you want, you don't touch anything and user should not touch anything and automatically data should come. That time we use effect. Understood? So use effect helps us to run code automatically when the page opens or when certain data changes. Clear? And this is the syntax. So now let's write. So what I want, we are going to call this use effect. Above we have imported it. First of all, I will write the proper syntax like this. Okay, after this curly braces I am going to get empty array dependency. This array dependency is what? Whenever this part will change, then only this part will get update. That's it. Okay, now inside the use effect. Okay, now what we want, when the page loads or keyword or error changes, like for example, if anyone is trying to search, if that part is also getting changed, so we have to fetch the restaurant. Okay, now here we will type if restaurant's error occurs. This is one of the safest type. If any error occurs, so we will call the alert, and in that restaurant's error, whatever error is there, that will come and here we will return. Is this clear to everyone? Okay, now next is what? Let's call the dispatch. Okay, in dispatch we will call this get restaurants. Okay, get restaurants, and we will pass the keyword if anyone is giving the search part or if not, depends. Okay, so in dispatch what we have written, this get restaurants, go to the restaurant action. What it is the function for getting all the restaurants? Get restaurants, and we are passing the keyword. So whatever user will type in search button and in search bar, that keyword will also get inside the get restaurant, and based on that, suppose for example KFC, so KFC related whatever, that it will search the word and all the restaurant based on that name it will come. Okay, so here inside the dispatch, that action name, that function what we have created inside the action, that we have written. Understood everyone? Any type of doubt here? Now after doing this, here one dependencies are we are going to add, that is dispatch restaurant error and the keyword. So any one of these three data is getting changed, this use effect function will run. Okay, so in simple language, when the page opens or the search keyword changes, this code fetches the restaurant. If there is an error, it shows an alert message. Is this clear to everyone? Any type of doubt here? Any type of doubt? Is this clear what code we have written? Okay, now after writing this code, here is some more code we are going to type. Okay, that is for sort by ratings, sort by reviews, and sort by wage only. Okay, so some functions we are going to create, that is const handle sort by ratings function I am going to create, arrow function curly braces. Okay, so we are using arrow function. Here one dispatch I will use. So whenever this function is getting called, okay, whenever you are clicking that sort by ratings, this function will be called, and what we want to dispatch, we want to dispatch sort by ratings function what we have created inside the slides. All can see this? Okay, next is what? Const handle sort by reviews. So here arrow function curly braces dispatch, give the bracket, sort by reviews, and this dispatch what? Go to the slice. Here you will see sort by reviews logic already here we have written. Okay, next is we have to work with toggle view. Okay, so here also const handle toggle which only, they give the bracket, arrow from curly braces, dispatch sort by, 1 minute. Here what function we have written? Toggle wage only. So what here I am going to type? Toggle wage only. Is this clear to everyone? So in this way we have dispatched all this value. Any type of doubt here? Is this clear to everyone? Okay, and one more thing, inside this use selector, here we have to type state dot restaurants. Okay, not just simply restaurants, because use selector is used to read the restaurant data. Okay, and the state values from the Redux store. So as we all know, state inside the state we have the restaurants. Okay, we have the restaurant and state is an object. So if you want to access a state dot restaurants, here we are going to type. Understood everyone? Any type of doubt here? Is this clear to everyone? Now here let's I'm going to uncomment this 55th line, that is the count restaurant. So here it will display the count restaurant. Okay, okay, done. Fine, till here it is okay. Okay, so in this way we have completed this part to get all the restaurants, right? So now it is not showing. It's not providing. 1 minute. Okay, so here in slice, instead of show wage only, what we have to do, we have to type toggle wage only. Yeah, now everyone can see this. Okay, so guys, one change is there. Inside the restaurant slice.js, as we have written which function name? Toggle wage only. Okay, so by mistake, while doing export, I have written show wage only. Okay, so clear this, delete this show wage. After sort by reviews, it should be toggle wage only. Okay, so I got the error. What was the error? Like this toggle wage only is not exported. So where you have created, I created inside the restaurant slice.js, which is present inside the Redux folder inside the slices. Okay, so as we created this function, so here you have to export also. So here I have exported. Now it is showing the output. Now everyone can see this output. Everyone can see this output. So this restaurants I didn't add it inside our UI. It is coming from the database. And how many restaurants are present? 8 restaurants are present. Everyone can see this. Yes? Okay, so you can see all the restaurants available, but here if you will click view review summary, this is the default data it is coming. It is not actually the UI it is showing, sorry, AI it is showing. Okay, this is not the AI analyze. In next session we will see how to write the code for AI. Okay, so this is just you can ignore this, hide the summary. But now we were working about how to extract the how to fetch the data from the database. So everyone can see this output now. Now we got all the data from the database, right? And plus we got all the restaurants. So what code we have written here? What code? Simple. We created the slice, we created the action, we registered inside the store.js, we went to the where we want to display, inside the home I want to display. So I imported here whatever code, like import sort by rating, sort by reviews, wage only, then get restaurants, very good, use dispatch, use selector, use params, use effect, we are working. Okay, here we called the dispatch function to dispatch the action. And because of the use effect, guys, whenever you are opening, see, I am refreshing it, whenever you will open without clicking anything, I am getting all the data from the database, all the restaurants from the database. This is what the power of the use effect. Okay, and you can see all the functions we have written. So let me check. If I click pure veg, so pure veg is only Haldiram, so it is showing only one restaurant. If I will click show all the restaurants are coming. If I go to the sort by reviews, actually same reviews, so it is not sorting it out. Sort by ratings, yeah, if I am clicking sort by ratings, so what, as you can see, it is rating given 1 2 3 4 point something I think, and this is 4.5 I think. This is okay, some star I can see, right? Yeah, this is 3, this is also 3. Okay, fine. Okay, so it is sorting by rating, but review it is not showing because it is 70 reviews, that's why all are the 70 reviews, so that's why it is same, so it is not showing. One more thing, let's check here. If I will type KFC, this is the keyword that I clicked, and if I will click enter button, if I will press the enter keyboard, so you can see one restaurant, and that is the KFC. Everyone can see this? Okay, so in this is what the keyword I was talking about. If someone is typing any keyword, okay, and can you see everyone here how URL is getting changed? /eats, /stores, /search, /KFC, right? So here whatever searching you have written, that is also data coming, and based on that you are getting the data. Now if you want to go back, don't click this previous button and all, click this logo, order it, you will be back to the restaurants. Okay, so this is, now we successfully connected our backend to the front end. Understood everyone? Is this clear? Everyone can see the result? It was very simple, right? Create the action, create the slice, create the logic. See, this is what the API call. We are talking with the backend. Okay, and then we are storing the data from it. Okay, and while storing the data, then here we are calling it, okay, state.restaurants. One check we have given, if any error appears, so it should display, then dispatch this, and this all functions we dispatch, which is already the functions we have created inside the restaurant slice. Clear to everyone? So in this way we completed to get all the restaurant. Okay, but one more thing is there, that is the app.jsx, which I already provided to you, but you should understand it. What is it here? Why it is coming? Just writing the code in home.jsx doesn't mean it will be shown here. Okay, that because of that it is not showing inside the app, inside your main component, that is the app.jsx. You imported that component home, and here we are using browser router as router, routes and route, and here is the code. Okay, now what is this router, routes and this? Okay, see, normally when we move from one page to another in a website, the entire page reloads. Okay, but in React we use React router to change pages without refreshing the browser. Okay, so this browser router, what we have imported here using the React router DOM package, this is the you can think of browser router as a traffic police officer. Okay, its job is to continuously watch the URL in the browser. So whenever the URL changes, browser router immediately checks, okay, which component should be displayed for this URL, like this. Okay, so without browser router, React will not know when navigation happens. So browser router is the foundation of routing. Okay, just imagine your Google map. Okay, imagine the Google Maps tracking your location. So whenever your location changes, it updates the route. Similarly, browser router tracks the URL changes. Okay, now router container points, it is inside the browser router that we have a router component. Okay, now you think of routes as a directory or list of all possible routes in our application. Its job is to check the current URL, compare it with available routes and find the matching route. Okay, now as you can see here, routes component, this route, now whenever the path is only slash, it will render which component? Home component it will show, as you can see everyone. And whenever this path is also there, suppose it slash store search keyword, whatever user is trying to search, then also which component should be shown? Home component. That is what we write inside the element. Is this clear to everyone? So as you can see here, if you will give only slash and click enter, you will only see the restaurants, that is the home page, the code what you have written. Okay, now similarly let's do it for the menu. Go to the menu action. Code already I have given, just you have to uncomment this, select all and control question mark. Okay, so it will get uncommented, same like restaurant, that's why I shared with you. Okay, go to the menu slice. Here also same thing, I selected all and control question mark, got uncomment. Okay, this is same like a restaurant. Okay, but I shared the code, but try to write the code by your own. Okay, now next is go to the store.js, uncomment this menu slice also and menu reducer also. Done. Now if you will go to the app.jsx, already inside the menu.jsx code is written, so you no need to do anything. Here you can see the use effect is there, get menus by its ID, right? So the code is already written, food item UI is already written. Okay, now you have to go to the app.jsx. Okay, now inside this app.jsx you can uncomment this. Yeah, sure, I will wait. Uncomment this menu and uncomment this route. Okay, done. Now you see here, if you will click suppose Haldiram, everyone can see this, we got the food items, all the menus, main course, whatever, right? But if you will click add to cart, it will not update here because yet we didn't written the code for the cart. Okay, so this is just, it is fetching all the menus, right? Now here can you see everyone how the URL got changed. This URL you can see in app.jsx /eats /stores :id. :id means store ID. Whatever is your restaurant actual ID, that is coming from the MongoDB database /menus. Okay, and you can get all the food items here. Is this clear to everyone? Okay, so this is what the route, it is giving the path. Just a minute. Okay, so it is giving us the what? Whenever this path is there, which component will get rendered? This component will get rendered. That is the main. Understood everyone? See, router is just like how to say, see, router means it enables the routing in the application. Okay, routes means it holds all the pages. Okay, and route means it defines which component should be shown for a specific URL. Okay, so what it is here, inside the routes we are writing the route tag. Okay, inside the route we have given the path. Whenever this path you are giving, see this URL you are giving, see the code. Whenever this URL is there, what you want to display to the user? I want to display menu. So here we added the menu component that we have created inside the components folder. Understood everyone? So this router enables the routing in your application. Forget about this. Routes means what? It holds all the route, whatever you are creating, small route for all the components, like whatever you are creating the URL for all the component, that is what the route. So this routes is holding all this URL. Okay, now again here route. Now single route means what? It defines which component should be shown to the user when the URL is this. Okay, now imagine your website is just like a shopping mall. Okay, router is what? It's the mall's directory or map at the entrance. Routes all the different shops floor in the mall. Okay, route means specific shop that opens when you go its location. Right? Path means what? Path means the shop address, this address. Okay, and the element means what? The shop actually. Okay, you see after reaching the address. Suppose in your mall you have Decathlon shop. Okay, now you want to reach to the Decathlon, so this is the direction. So whenever you reach this direction, you will get which shop? Decathlon shop. If you reach to this direction, you will get which shop? Makeup shop, for example. Okay, like this. So this is what the router. You just think of it like a mall management system. That's it. Is this clear? Okay, so this is the React router, works like a same mall directory type. Okay, it guides user to the correct page based on the URL that you have written. Whatever URL, and here the component that you want to show. With this URL, I wanted to show menu component so that we can see here in output. Clear? Is this clear? Now again, if you will click this, you will be back to the page. If you will click any of the restaurant, you will be back to the restaurant. And while doing this all things, see, okay, only URL is getting changed. Is it getting refresh? No, it is not getting refresh. This is what the router DOM is doing. Without refreshing the whole page, we can move to from one page to another page. Is this clear to everyone? Is this clear? So this is how we used to display all the restaurants. I hope so this is clear. Okay, so for that what we have done, we went to the menu action, we uncommented this menu action. First of all, go to the menu slice, uncomment this part. Same way how we have written the code for restaurant. Here again create slice. Next what we have done, initial state. Initially menus will nothing, there will be no menus, empty we are keeping. Menu id null. Initially loading will also be false, error will not be there. Creating, create everything, adding the item, adding the error, everything false, null. Okay, we gave the nickname as a menus. Then initial state we have given. Now reducer, same, get menu request. For getting the menus, again three things, request, success, fail, right? Get menus request, loading will start, right? Get menu success, when menu successfully fetched, okay, loading will become false. Loading will become false and action.payload.menu, that means all the menus will get stored inside the menus plus its id. Okay, then if fail, loading again it will become false, and again whatever error is there that will get here stored. Okay, so this is what, again same with create, again same with adding the item, food item to it, and clear the menu error. That is old menu error, whatever was there, that will get deleted, and the new error, if it is there, that will get shown. Okay, and in this way whatever we created, that all things we have exported here, right? Then let's go to the actions. We have imported all the things, then we went through the get menus. Okay, now here in get menus, with the id you want to get now, because see, all restaurants have different menu, right? So all restaurant IDs, so here this ID is nothing but your store ID. Okay, so we will pass that, then we will call this URL that in backend we have created, then it will load the data, then it will for check we can go, and in response we will get all the menu data plus the ID, and if any error occurs, here the code we have written using the dispatch. Same with create menu, same with add item. Add item nothing means add the food item. Menu creation is nothing but the category creation. Okay, and this will come when we will talk about the add menu. That's it. Here you created, already exported. Go to the store.js, import your slice, add the reducer here, menus colon menu reducer. Okay, now go to your menu.jsx file which is present inside the components, and then here we for getting all the menus, so this code we have written. Next state.menus, as you can see this is coming from the store.js. From there we took the menus, loading and error. Using dispatch we called it, and here just console.log we have given, this is for the debug part we have given, and that's it. And here the JSX UI part, this is the UI part, and CSS we have applied inside the app.css. So in this format, in this CSS, in this design, it is getting appeared. Understood everyone? Okay, now see, menu code to I shared with you guys, but if you want more, like try to do by your own. Okay, it is just same like create it's same like a restaurant part. Okay, so if you will try to write down the code, first think and write it down. What will happen? 5 times you will see and write. Now 6th time you will again get stuck with something, but 7th time automatically you will write the code by your own. It's very simple actually. Okay, once UI is ready, it's very simple to connect backend and frontend. Just you should know the process, and it is similar only. If you will see here also in restaurant slice, same format, right? Initially whatever you wanted, you make it false, null and 0 and empty. Initially this will only be there, correct? Then after that, give the nickname, add that initial state here, start creating the reducers. And reducers will be in three format: request, success and fail. Three things only will be there. Apart from this, nothing. Then for get, create and delete and adding the food items, whatever, same format. And clear errors for what? For clearing the old errors. Then you export it, then you export default. Okay, then go to the action. Here you import all the things. Don't forget to add this API call. Use get, post, delete method for the respective URL, whatever you want to do. Write down, create the function, use async await. Already slices you created, try to write dispatch. First it will get restaurant request. Same in menu also. Where is the menu action? Same way, see, right? Get the menu success, what data you want, same thing. And again the in menu.jsx, just UI is already ready, just we have to write down this part. You have to dispatch it from your component. Don't forget to go to your app.jsx. If you will not write there, you will not get the output. This is your main. Okay, so import your menu component inside the routes. Okay, inside the routes, all the route we are going to display. First route was for home, second route is also for home. Okay, because two URL is for home page, right? Either user is trying to search or either user is trying to get all the restaurants. So two paths. And for menu, if this is the URL, you have to get which component you want to display, menu component. Simple. Understood everyone? It's very simple. Okay, I am telling you, 7 times you write down the code seeing. Okay, first day you will write, second day you will write, third day something you will not see, fourth day again some more things you will not see. In this way 7 times you will get to know how to write the code. It's very simple actually. Okay, and router is also very simple. You just think like this: URL, based on the URL which component you want to display, which UI you created want to display, which part of the website you want to display, that component we used to write here inside the element like this. Is this clear to everyone? Okay, now in this way what things we have completed till now? Whenever user open the website, user will see all the restaurants available. Very good. User can perform pure wage, user can perform sort by reviews, user can perform sort by ratings. If you are at any of the page, don't click this back and all, just click logo, you will be back to the home page. Okay, second thing what we have seen, if you will type, user searches something and click enter, you will get the restaurant. Okay, again if you want to go back, you can go back. And after going, another thing, this was all about the restaurants. Another thing, if you click any of the website like Haldiram's, you get that particular menu, okay, with the URL change. This is the store ID and this ID is coming from your MongoDB. Understood everyone? So in this way we completed the restaurant part plus menu and plus food item. This all are the food items, okay, and this is category is nothing but the menu. Okay, now add to cart will not work because we not yet written the code. Okay, is this clear to everyone? So this is what your output, final output should come. Okay, now next let's start writing the code for the user part, because if you click this nothing is happening. Now we have to work for the registration, login, updating the password, updating the profile, creating the password like this, correct? So now let's start writing the code. Let me close this all now. Let's open the first file. What I should write, guys? Shall I write slice, user slice.js, or shall I write user action.js? Which file I should write first? Tell me. Some of the images are not loading. That means that URL from MongoDB, it is not working. Okay, can you just post this issue in discussion forum? There I will let you know. Some of the images are not loading, so don't worry about this. As you can see for Meghna Biryani, I think it is not loading. Okay, so yeah, one more thing, go to the MongoDB. Okay, now inside MongoDB, if you see restaurant image is not loading, so what you can do, go to the restaurants. Go to the restaurants. Now inside this, can we put this internship in resume as here? Yeah, sure. Of course, you are doing the real project only, right? Okay, so what we can do is go to the restaurants. Okay, there you will see whichever, suppose Thalapakatti you image is not showing. So what you can go to the Thalapakatti here. Then here, from here you can change. Where is the image? Yeah, here image. Click this drop down. Click this object and click this, double click this URL. Okay, paste the URL of the image and then click update here. I didn't update it, so update is not getting enable. So you can just add the URL here and you can click the update button. That's it. Okay, here I am doing cancel. Suppose you want Haldiram's image should be different. You can go to the database. Where is Haldiram? Where is the biryani? Yeah, Haldiram. So Haldiram's images, you can click it and double click this URL. You can delete it. Okay, you can paste whatever URL, image URL you want to paste. Okay, then you can click the update button. Okay, same with the food items. If you see any of the food items image is not coming, go to the food items. Whichever image is not there, it's a actually it's 85 food items. Okay, so you can just search it for it and you can change the images here also as well. Okay, so you can do the changes like this. Clear? Okay, now let's start for the user part. So first page, what we are going to create? Yes, yeah, slice. So let's create the user slice first. So are you all ready for this? Shall we start the user part, everyone? So first step is what? What is your first step? First step is to import what? Create slice from toolkit. Understood, everyone? After creating this, what is the next step? We will create the initial state. Okay, so const initial state, okay, equal to curly braces. Now give the bracket. Now see here, in user slice we are going to work with the user part, right? Is user is already there. For now we will make it as a null. No user is present. Okay, loading, initially loading also we will make it as a false, right? Is authenticated. Is authenticated means user is authenticated? No. Initially we will make this also false, because we don't know now whether they logged in already or not, whether they are doing sign up, we don't know. So initially everything will be null, false, 0, like this. Okay, so is authenticated false. Yeah. Error, any error initially? No, of course none. Okay, is updated, this is for updating the profile, so initially this also we will make it as a false. Next, message, there is no message right now, initially we will make it as a null. And success also, initially of course what will be the success, we didn't done anything, right? Success spelling is correct, right? So here we will type it null. In this way our initial state is ready. Understood everyone? Now next is we have to create the slice. So how we will create? So const user slice equal to, okay, create slice, give the bracket, give the curly braces, and now let's start. First of all, let's give the name for this. So I am going to give the name as a user, comma, okay. Now here we are going to type initial state, comma. Next here we are going to type reducers, colon, curly braces, okay. Now first we are going to work with the login part, that is login request success. Ma'am, I forgot my password. She is not working. You forgot your password for, oh, okay. Is there lost password? Lost password will be there, na? You can go to the LMS. See here, lost password option is there. You click the lost password. Whatever email you have given to this Webstack Academy while doing registration, that email ID you can just type it here and you can go for search, and you can get your password to reset in your email ID. Just check once. Is this clear? Not working. Okay, so in last 1 minute I will share the email ID, there you can just post this issue, okay. I will let you know. Okay, fine. So reducers, now here see, as we all know, we are going to work for the login, register, and load. Load means what? Load means after doing login or register, your whole data should be load, okay, with the help of your username, okay. So three things we are going to work, and for all three things, for login, register, and for load, your request will be always same, right? So here we are going to type only login request. Okay, no issue. In last 1 minute I will share the email ID, there you can message us, okay, and then I will see that what we can do, okay. Okay, so login request here we are creating. Now inside this bracket we are going to type state, arrow function, curly braces, okay. Now here initially your loading will be true or false. Can anyone tell me what will be your loading initially when we are doing the request part, whether it should be true or false? Let me know fast. Yes, initially it will be false. Are you sure? When you are doing any type of request, with you do you get any loading part? No guys, it should be true. You are giving the request. When you do the request, loading should be happen, right? Yes, true. False means what? You got the data. False, when state.loading will be false, that means you got the data, right? But request you are doing, so when you do request, your loading will always be true, okay. Fine, very good, true. Now next is what? State dot is authenticated, this also will be false, because it's just request you have given. We don't know whether you are authenticated person or not. We are in dilemma, right? So here state dot loading will be true, state dot is authenticated will be false. Okay, so here the name we have given login request, but this name is going for the register also same and load also. Now give comma. Okay, now here we will type login success. Now in login success, here we have to work with the state action. Okay, state comma action, give the arrow function, curly braces. Okay, now here state dot loading, okay, equal to false. Now here it is success, you got the data. Yeah, soon you will get. State dot loading is false, right? Now state dot loading is false means what? That means you got the success data, so loading will become false. Now if it is success, now what will happen? State dot is authenticated will also become true, right? It will become true. Next what we have to do? State dot user. Okay, and now whatever is the username and whatever data related to that, state dot user, we will save the action dot payload. Understood everyone? So this stores the user data. Is this clear to everyone? Now we are going to work with the login fail. Okay, again here state comma action arrow function curly braces, right? Now here it should be state dot loading. State dot loading, we will make it as a false. Next is false is okay. Now here state dot is authenticated, here it will become what? It will become false. Okay, fine, I will, but try to write by your own, guys. It will be good for you only. State dot is authenticated, this state dot user equal to null, give comma state dot error will be what? Action dot payload. That means it will save your error message. State dot user null, because it is fail, right? If it is fail, then you are not authenticated also, and you are not your user data is also not saved. That's why null. Any type of doubt here? Is this clear to everyone? Now this is okay, but now we have to work for the load user fail. Okay, so load user fail colon, give the bracket state comma action. Now here also same thing, we are going to type state dot loading will be false, state dot authenticated will also be false. Okay, state dot user will also be null, state dot error is also be null. Okay, but see, again writing the code for same and same, we will write it once, and whenever we are working for the register, whenever we are working for the load like this, we will take this request only, this success only, and this fail only, and this only. So I will remove this. Is this clear what I am trying to say? Okay, so instead of typing here login request, let's give the name as a request. Hopefully it should work, but here's some name we have to give. Yeah, but here new name we should write, because for that we are going to work. So because what I was planning, instead of writing the same request success fail for login separately, for register separately, for load separately, we can write it once. Okay, and whenever we want to use these functions, we can use it in all these three criteria. Okay, for all these three parts. So we can give the good name like user. Yeah, user we can type. User request, user success, and user fail. Okay, so guys, basically what I mean to say, user request, user success, and user fail, these three functions are going to work for login also same, register also same, and load also same. Is this clear to everyone? So if you want to work with register, you can take user request, user success, user fail. That's why name I have given like this. Okay, whenever we are working with the login, we can take user request, user success, user fail. Whenever we are working with the load, we can take it the user request, user success, and user fail. Okay, see, load user, what Krish is saying, right? Load user fail should be like this. Say it will be same for load user fail also. Okay, so instead of writing it separately, when we will write the action for this, we will dispatch this function only. Okay, because in load user fail, again loading will be false, is authenticated will be false, user will be null, and action dot payload. Is this clear to everyone? Next, what we have to do for logout. Okay, logout little bit different will be there, so for that we will write the code separately. Okay, so for logout success we will write. Okay, here also state we will work. Here just you have to do logout, right? So you have to make your state dot loading as a false. Okay, state dot is authenticated, because after logout, guys, are you authenticated person now? No. So false, and again state dot user will also be done. That's it. Okay, so logout success we have written separately. Now we can write it for logout fail also. For logout fail, what we have to do is, suppose logout is fails, then logout fail. Now here what we will type, for logout fail state comma action arrow function curly braces state dot loading. State dot loading will become what? True or false, doesn't matter, but here we have to store the error. Okay, when logout fail, why this happens? So state dot error equal to what we will type, action dot payload. So here it will store the logout message. Is this clear to everyone? So this is how we have written. Now let's write for the update profile or the password. So first of all, what we will do for the update request, so update request colon state. Now here what we are going to type, state dot loading. State dot loading will become false, right? Now state dot loading will become false. Is this line correct? Now tell me guys, is this line correct? Am I writing correctly? Tell me. Am I writing it correctly? Is this line correct? State dot loading false. Shall I write true or false? Yes, it should be true because request you are giving now. So of course loading will be true. I will show you here also. See, I am refreshing it for you just. Okay. Everyone can see when loading came. Can you see that? See, again it will come. Now it is not showing, it is coming fast actually. That's why you are not able to see. But whenever you want to request, if you do request you are doing, that means you want something, and that part is nothing but the loading part. So here we have to write true. Okay, so don't get confused about this. It will be true only. Okay, now here for the update success, we are going to type state comma action, arrow function, curly braces. Okay, now for update success, again here state dot loading will become false and is updated. So what updation you have done, that should get stored. So that will be stored using the action dot payload. So state dot loading. Okay, state dot loading is false. Okay, now here then what we have to type after state dot loading is false, state dot is updated. So here the updated data we have to store. So action dot payload. That's it. Simple. Okay. Now let's move to the next part, that is the update success. Okay. Now update success. Here also we will work with the state comma action. Give the arrow function curly braces. Now here guys, for updating what, if it is fail, sorry, here it should be fail, right? If it is fail, so state dot loading will be false, and what happened, that error message also we will save. So state dot loading will be false, and instead of state dot is updated, here we will type state dot error equal to action dot payload. Okay, done. This is, next is update reset. Okay, here state arrow function curly braces, state dot is updated. Okay, and equal to, and in last we are going to work with the clear error. So here we will type clear errors. Okay, colon state arrow function curly braces. Okay, and here state dot error equal to null. That means old message will get deleted, and in last whatever we have done, we have to export it. So in last, come out of this bracket, export const, give the curly braces. Now let's start. So here user request, user success, am I audible clear to everyone? Is my screen visible? Okay, so here we can just type user success, then user fail. Correct. Next, what all things we have created, logout success, logout fail. Let's type fast, logout fail, logout success. Next, update fail, update request, update success, update, reset and clear errors. I hope so everything we have exported. If anything is left, you can just export it. Next, what we have to do, we have to just type export default, okay, user slice dot reduce. That's it. Is this clear to everyone? So in this way we completed our slice part, okay, and this user request, user success, user fail will be same for login success, register success and the loading part. That's why once we created with some common names so that we can use for login, register and load, and separately some of the functions we created, we exported. Next we can start typing the action file. Okay, so we'll stop here, but your task till next session is you will get the output something like all the restaurants. With that you will get all the food items available, okay, plus you can search the restaurant, you can count the restaurant, you can do all this filtration, all three filtration also, okay. So this is what the final output should look like. Yet user part not yet done, so user part you will not see, but at least restaurants and food items you are going to see, okay. So till next session please do it, and on Friday I will one more quiz will be there, that is the quiz 3, okay. To do all the tasks and complete the quiz with the good grade, I can say. This is the criteria, and it started. You can just wait for it. Yeah, I will share the code, but please go through this recording session. Like don't skip any part, because I explained and I had done some changes in the code, okay. So if it is possible, please go through each part of the session, please rewatch it again, don't miss any of the part, okay. Okay guys, any type of doubt, post in discussion forum. Thank you so much for attending today's session. Good night, take care everyone. Now to that's your thing, right? How much you can be loyal to this, you can work on this. But as my team is also taking care of who is responding well, like who is answering and all, that is also getting counted, so don't worry, okay. Okay guys, so let's meet on next session. Good night, take care everyone, please do it properly. If you have any type of for I will share the email ID there, you can just send me the message, okay. Then we'll see till tomorrow, I will try to update you, okay. Okay guys, all can